Hello, everybody. My name is John Keene. I am the president of the Montgomery County Partners for Home Ownership, which is a group of folks who are experts in the home buying field, everything from real estate, insurance, mortgages, financial counseling and credit counseling, everything that you would need to know or to prepare yourself to buy your first home. And today we're going to offer one of our very first partner spotlights. And with me today from Clarify, she's the financial education manager, is Karen Hassett. Hello, Karen. How are you?
Hey, I'm great, John. How are you doing?
Good. So before we get in, we have some questions here. But before we get into it, what does Clarify do? How does that help somebody who's thinking about home buying?
Oh, great question. Thanks, John, for asking. We'll Clarify, we're a financial counseling agency. We serve the Philadelphia area and surrounding counties. Our mission is really essentially to empower individuals to achieve financial resilience and positively impact their communities. So you can imagine during this time, that's more important than ever. And, we operate in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware. And what we do is a bunch of different things. We offer one-on-one counseling, and it's not just for home ownership, but we really do recommend that people come and talk to us before they buy their home, because we want to keep them in their home. We also if you want to get your financial house in order, we do that. And as long as you're buying in the state of Pennsylvania, our pre-purchase counseling is no cost, and all of our counseling appointments are no cost. Any kind of financial health is fee-free. And we also do financial wellness workshops because education is key to financial resilience. And then one of the other key programs that we have that is offered to the public is we do a 6-month boot camp where we combine education, counseling, and we add a financial empowerment coach to that as well. And individuals sign up. They make a financial goal, and in some cases it could be home ownership, and then they work with a counselor and a financial coach to keep them on track. And they do this for 6 months, and their goal, they're really trying to achieve that goal that they set.
And one of the things, especially with Montgomery County Partners, a lot of things that you'll find if you go to our website, and Clarify's information will be there. I'm also going to put it as part of the video today. But a lot of these services are free. You've made that decision. You figured it out at this stage that I'm done renting and I want to buy, or I'm getting kicked out of my mom's basement. So the question is then at that point is there's a lot of costs on the front end. And so there's, obviously probably you should be saving money or putting money away. And what are all the different things that you could possibly have to take into consideration that you want to have a savings account for, because what are the costs going forward that you might have to put out of pocket or up front?
I think there are some that we do know about, those upfront costs, right? The earnest money. And again, I'll just say, if we're in a hot market, you may have to put more money down to get that house of your dreams. You also want to consider the cost of an inspection. Absolutely get an inspection.
Yeah.
You also, the down payment. I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? You want to know that you want to keep your mortgage as low as possible, and maybe even avoid some mortgage insurance. So what are you going to put down for a down payment? And then also part of that purchase is closing costs. And I'm sure the realtors of the group could speak to this more knowledgeably than me, but you have to figure about 3 to 5% of the purchase price, which can add thousands to the cost of buying a house, right? So those are things that have to be considered above and beyond the cost of the house. But the other thing is, you have to think about what kind of spending plan should I have as a homeowner? You need to think about upkeep. You need to think about emergency funds for those unexpected things that just go awry. Maybe you move in and 6 months later you need a new water heater.
Yeah.
Right. So, and also just think about this. If you're going from a 3-bedroom or 3-room apartment, and now you're going into a 3 or 4-bedroom home with a basement, you might need to buy some things to make it your own. So, and just even those other things of, just repairs, but also we have to think about the taxes and insurance. So there are those costs that we really need to make sure that we have a spending plan that includes all of those.
Well, and you kind of touched on the why of buying, but we got into the market and you and I both know because of the, personally, our friends that are on the committee, on the partnership that have, that are in real estate. You said hot market. Explain hot market and what that means to somebody right now.
Hot market just means that houses go before they're even listed,
Yeah.
really. There are right now, realtors are doing that coming soon because people are linking into those lists, and as soon as they see a house go up, it is sold. And I've heard realtors, experts, tell people how you can buy a house in a hot market. From my end, you need to get your credit in shape. You need to look like a good buyer financially. What I've been seeing is homeowners are saying, well, the house will be shown for a week and then we're taking all bids. So it's almost like an auction.
People are, let's face it, now that people know that it's a hot market, the houses are being priced that way. So they're being priced higher than what you would have normally bought.
I believe buying a home is the American dream, right? And it's also the key to wealth and passing it down, because you typically now, especially now, you're buying a house, the values have gone up. But if you bought a house in 2007 and tried to sell it in 2009, you were probably taking a hit. So it's not a slam dunk. There are always opportunities where the values could go down, but you do, one of the things, and you do want to do, is your research. Know what you can afford and still have a life. What you can afford and what maybe those calculators tell you can afford. Those calculators don't take into consideration all your other pieces of your spending plan.
Right.
They don't care about daycare. They don't care if you have a settlement, a alimony, or if you have to pay child support, or they don't look at those things, or that you're going to school, or they're looking at the big expenses, the things that, they're not considering your lifestyle when they consider, right?
Yeah, pre-approval. I mean, I hear that from our mortgage folks all the time. Pre-approved just means pre-approved. That doesn't mean that you can actually afford what you're pre-approved for, because of all those things that aren't taken into consideration with the pre-approval. You gotta buy food. There's if you go see a movie or something like that, or anything, but some of those things aren't part of the financial process. And then you said, being financially ready, or from a credit standpoint. What are the things that have to be shaped up, or tidied up so that you look like a good borrower from a credit standpoint?
And again, I'm not a financial expert. I'm not the financial institution, but recommendations: pay down all debt. Obviously, if you have a student loan, that's a whole different story. But any kind of revolving debt, credit card debt, credit line, any of those things, really you want to get them as close to zero, if not at zero. The other thing is interest rate impacts the overall cost of ownership. So someone who has a great credit score, meaning 750 and above, is going to pay a lot less for that house. In fact, I do a workshop where we compare someone who's at the top of the credit score and someone who's at the lower end, that 620 credit score. And the difference, they're almost paying double the cost of the house when you consider interest. So somebody who's got a 200,000 mortgage and has a fabulous interest rate might pay 90,000 in interest. So the total cost of the house is 290,000. Somebody else with a really not so great, with a lower credit score, could pay $150,000 in interest, almost the double the mortgage. Hey, listen, I mean, I don't know about you, but I could think of a lot of things to do with an extra $100,000.
Sure, right.
Especially as a homeowner, but maybe that nice, maybe a fancy car in my driveway. I don't know.
There you go.
But yeah, absolutely. And certainly credit is something that is a topic unto itself. And I'll offer this up because I just went to a workshop, a FICO workshop, and that's what most financial institutions use, your FICO credit score, not Credit Karma or Credit Sesame, credit score, a FICO score, and that's what you really want to focus on when you're buying a house. You want to get that as high as possible, so your payment is as low as possible. And and I believe in having a life, so I don't want to be house poor.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things too, right? John, okay, let's say I can afford a $3,000 home, payment, but that I can't live, I can't eat, I can't ever go out. So I do, and of course, everybody is different. Some people, that's worth the sacrifice.
Sure.
Go in with knowledge, and this is what we say at Clarify. Knowledge is power. So if you know what the risks are, if you know what the sacrifices might be, or what your obligations are going to be, then at least you can plan for them.
Sounds good. Well, Karen, thanks for all the information.
Okay.
We appreciate it. We hope you all got some stuff out of that as well, and a little bit more prepared in the home buying process. We're going to hope to bring these to you on a monthly basis with different parts of our partnership, so that one, you can get to know them a little bit better, put some names and some faces, but know that there's a place where you can actually get free information. And that's where our website is. Our website information is going to be here below. All of our partners' email addresses and the companies that they represent are going to be on that. And we look forward to the next time for our partner spotlight. Again, my name is John Keene with Montgomery County Partners for Home Ownership. And have a great day and happy home hunting.